What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given here with your afternoon snap, and today we are hopping into a silver conquest again with Panther Sandwave. This is same content I did in yesterday's video, but I had a lot of fun doing it, so let's do it again and see if we can't come up with some different results. Not to spoil yesterday's video, it went pretty well, just fell a little bit short, but we'll see how we can do today. Asteroid M to kick things off. A reasonable hand, but no Electro or Wave yet, which is generally where I'm in the mood to start snapping, to start getting a little snappy with it. But Medusa on 2 is fun. A little bit more power even than Mr. Sinister, though this could be a Patriot list or a Cerebro list, usually, which means that they'll have more power out of them eventually. All right, no play on 3, which means no real play on 4. It's kind of a bummer. And this is more awkward than helpful. But yeah, unfortunately, Electro is going to move to Asteroid M regardless. I guess we play it here, and then it'll just move over to the Asteroid M and it doesn't really matter. I'm just actually debating, like, yeah, I think I actually just play it into Asteroid M. The 2 power is not super likely to matter, but what could be likely to matter is filling up all of our locations with Doom bots. Though I will say Dr. Doom into Zola isn't the best combo. And Black Panther is better. Reason for that is if we had priority, we could go Arrow Odin. That would have been really sweet. The Dr. Doom will send a Doombot back into Sinister London. So even though it's a lot of power, it can fold back in on itself. So I think I'm just going to go Black Panther and then like potentially looking to play Odin. What was this? Oh, this is Patriot. Oh, so they're going to have quadruple Patriot. That's pretty gnarly. Though Isle of Silence means that they might not get all of their Patriot value, they're still going to have a lot of it. Okay, well, I'm going to stay in it for one more cube. We'll see what happens here. Patriot moves to Asteroid M, that's right, and then the second Patriot also moves to Asteroid M. Feels like we can grab a win on Asteroid M easily, though it's actually not really going to happen. This is pretty funny. Magneto into Isle of Silence. One other thing that so actually a few things to note. We have priority now, which means we could arrow my opponent, but it's I guess it would just be like this. We would just play arrow here and hope that their play is like Mystique Brood. And then this is probably winning. I forgot that Black Panther would do this and double again here. So Odin could just be the play. Same time, like, I don't know, any of these things seem totally fine. I've got half a mind to just Magneto into Isle of Silence. Let's just play Odin. We're already winning by so much here. We're winning by 9. That's not actually that much. Do I just play Arrow? If I'm already winning by 9, do I just play Dr. Doom? Add 10 to every location? That might lose me in Sinister London. Let's play it out. Alright, so it looks like it is just Brood potentially here. No, it's a Dr. Doom of their own. How much are these Doombots hitting for? Oh, a lot! A lot! Man, and they get me off the 1-point differential. That was so close. So if I had just played Arrow, I do lose to Dr. Doom. If I had played Odin, it's a 50-50. If I had played Arnim Zola, I'll be honest, I don't really understand what would have happened. And Magneto, also probably too many things moved around. There was a lot of potential options to happen on that final turn of the game. We lose 4 cubes for it, but I think we'll be okay here still. Just throw down an Iceman over here. Maybe Iceman into location number 3 is actually better. Leaves this location open. Alright, we get a 8 power Medusa randomly flinging around here. Cards reveal before locations activate. So it will get the +3 from the on reveal and then the +3 from Aunt May's. Then it'll move back over. We can go Wave, Odin, Doctor Doom. That seems like a pretty tough curve for them to beat. Or just Wave, Doctor Doom, Arrow, Odin. I think we've got options, which is the important thing, though. And they do not like it, so... Seems good to me. Down by 3 cubes, heading into game number 3. Got the turn 2 Dusa again, and it's a TVA game. I think this one favors my opponent. But if we can find... Hold on now. That's not too shabby. Sandman is probably not big enough to be relevant. We actually don't have anything else huge, so it seems like it's just Medusa, Devil, Dino. I think there's a chance you could snap here and bully your opponent a little bit. Crazy how little we've actually seen of their deck. Alright. What do they got for us? I guess if they have Iron Lad, they'd probably stay in it regardless here. Yeah, Iron Lad's pretty good in Token Patriot. Because you just hit like Doombot or Mr. Sinister. So they're full in the Project Pegasus. But it doesn't matter because I can't really affect this location anyway, so they're just going to play a card to Aunt May's that's going to fling over into TVA, and then they're going to try to beat me in Maze on the final turn. If they have Patriot this turn, they should snap, because Patriot's insane into Maze. Yeah. Alright, down by 4. Comebackable, still very much so. But not great. I don't think I need priority for this deck. I mean, it's cool for Arrow, but not super important. Okay, and Mini Lab. It's actually a little bit awkward. Mini Lab is not good for the Panther, Zola, Odin curve. Okay. Invisible Woman makes a lot of sense for a list like this. Ooh, and then Altar of Death. Now, this deck is good at playing into locations. They've got Brood, they've got Mr. Sinister, they've got Doctor Doom, and Iron Lad. So, I don't think that that's, like, great for me. But it's interesting. And then on turn 5, if I play Wave into Altar of Death, I have 8 energy and I can play 2 cards. My opponent can only play 1 card on the final turn. So I think this turn I'm just Electroing out a Magneto. And then on turn 5 I'm playing Wave, so I can do some crazy stuff on the final turn of the game. Seems fun. Let's snap. What are we doing here if we're not snapping on an Altar of Death game? Okay, they are feeding the altar here with a Wasp and a Brood. Knew they were going to have some stuff like that to easily win the location. Though Baxter building is going to be important, and we actually... Oh, that was so much more insane than I ever could have imagined. Now they can't play this turn. Wow. Okay, they are actually probably just going to play a card to Altar of Death, and then we'll both be able to play 2 cards on the final turn. But this is fun. You gotta love what just happened right there. And Dr. Doom, Arnim, Zola, seems like it could be really fun on the final turn of the game. This might actually thwart my opponent a little bit, because they might have been setting up to play a bunch of things, and now they can't. Did they hit the Mr. Negative? They hit Killmonger to clear out the altar for me. But it does still look like I'm potentially winning in the Baxter building. So I don't know. We could just go like Panther Zola. That's a new option that just presented itself. That's 16 power in Baxter building. That seems like it's probably good enough, huh? Dr. Doom, Odin is actually about the same total power. Slightly more total power. 10, 13, 10 for 26, whereas this is 1606 for 32. But I'd rather just completely dodge one lane. Yeah, let's run it. Okay, they retreated. Fair enough, fair enough. Just wanted to make sure that we were playing correctly there, but that was a fun game. All right, and now we are up by, or down by rather, 2 cubes, right? 5 to 7. As we go into our first high-stakes round. We've got Panther Zola, but no Electro just yet. Dream Dimension and Limbo, which actually gives you a new way to Panther Zola. Okay. We haven't seen Storm from my opponent's list, but we haven't seen that many cards just yet. Let's plan on Ice Manning here, though. Invisible Woman into the Limbo. So, interestingly, now we know they cannot storm us. And Death's Domain. I really do think I want to go Panther, Zola, Odin. Means I almost feel like I wave here. So the ideal curve here would be Panther. Oh, I can't go Panther into Zola. It would be Panther into Arrow somewhere into Zola. Maybe Devil Dino. I'm going to wave into Death's Domain. I think I'm just going to need the space, is the problem. And we don't know yet what the Mirror Dimension holds, so if this is like a really good location, then I'm really going to want space over there. Oh, it's Mirror Dimension. Not... Sometimes I get Mirror Dimension mixed up with that one lady's location. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. So we could Panther here this turn, and then Arrow here next turn. Which, like, we're going to play Panther and Arrow. What's the best order to play them in? And should I play Sandman at any point? I feel like the Arrow on the turn where we waved them is potentially more disruptive. Oh well. Nobody to move. Okay, but we do find Odin. So now I can go Black Panther, Arnim, Zola, Odin. And then the Odin does even hit the Arrow. Sure. At the very least, this is very fun. So, we got that going for me. What are the other cards in my opponent's deck if we can try to predict them? I would think potentially 6-cost cards Onslaught and what's it called, like Avatar, Voltron? I can't remember the name of the it's like a 6/8 or 6/9, and it adds a bunch of 1-power cards to every location. Ultron. Age of Ultron. Right? No, that's Transformers. I think it is still Ultron though. I'm not good with the lore. Don't get mad at me. So they filled up all the locations, and now I think we Odin. This will make them play to Limbo this turn, but they were going to do that anyways, so that's really not a big deal. It could potentially disrupt like Brood or something here if my opponent isn't on Ultron specifically, but I think Odining these Black Panthers is... it's got to be good enough. Let's see. Again, that's 40 power in Death's Domain, and Limbo Prime will have 50 power. Actually, it's not Limbo Prime, but location number 1, Limbo. The left Limbo will have 50 power, Death's Domain will have 40 power. Is that enough? Let's find out. I do have priority, so I don't have to worry about any type of disruption. And I have to hope that my opponent just isn't familiar enough with the Odin Arnim Zola line to expect exactly what we're seeing here. They might have also played their cards in the wrong order, and Arrow can move their Brood. There's potential here. Okay, no, they did play around it correctly. So we're not going to move their Brood, but we are going to have a whole bunch of power in Death's Domain. It's got to be enough. Let's find out. Their other card is potentially Mr. Sinister. Oh no, it's Patriot. Oh, so what lies in the Invisible Woman? Debris. And Iron Lad. This was just a bluff snap from my opponent. And Dr. Doom. That is not going to do it. I don't know what Iron Lad hit, but... oh, it hit the Onslaught. Yeah, that is a card in their deck. Tracker does not update that, but... there we go. Now we're up by 3. I'll take it. I think a lot of people just don't know the full ins and outs of this combo enough to expect it coming, but it comes in hard. 40 power in 2 locations if you can pull off the combo. You need Limbo or Electro, as well as the 3-card combo in order to do it, but when you do it, you get it done. Let's drop Iceman center, because we're going to play Medusa center. So this leaves location number 3 for me to do Panther shenanigans. I think we still have to do this, unfortunately. Doesn't really feel like I've got a great option there. Alright, my opponent with a Wasp plus Mr. Sinister. By the looks of it. Could be Wasp plus Invisible Woman here too. Interesting. Invisible Woman is scary because it was like, oh, they could have anything, actually. They've got 3 cards that we haven't seen. Now, one of these is Onslaught. If I try hard enough to remember, I might be able to think of one more card that we've actually secretly seen. Terrible hand for me. But the snap mechanic is done. We're just playing this one for 2 cubes, so... obviously, at that point, I will stay in it. Devil Dinosaur is large. Might it be larger than Arrow? I'm not sure. Because Arrow has the benefit of taking 3 power away from my opponent's play. So it's actually an 8 power play where Devil Dinosaur is a 10 power play. But I could go Arnim and then I could go Devil Dinosaur Arnim. That's 13 power to Vormir and Savage Land, -3 power into the negative zone. But it's kind of cheeky. I'm kind of into it. I don't like that I'm like sacrificing the negative zone and they might win here despite having not played anything in this location. I also don't like going up against Raptors particularly. Whatever, though. Let's run it. Yeah, it's embarrassing. And I think my opponent might just leave negative zone totally free. Because it depends. If they can beat 10, then they just play there because they know we're not going to play to negative zone this turn. I can't really get by on like an arrow play here either. Yeah, I think we're going to lose negative zone to like a Dr. Doom or something. Are there any other lines we could have taken this game? Like I said, arrow last turn could have moved their card out of Invisible Woman, which is like, if we hit the Mystique, then sure, it's good. So I guess their remaining cards are Mystique. Yeah, that doesn't feel great for me. Because like I said, now they totally dodged the negative zone. That might be Debris. No, Blue Marvel. Killmonger to kill the Raptors and my Iceman. I was not expecting that at all. And then Iron Lad off the top, but we lose to negative zone because we played there, and it was Super Scroll by the looks of it. So now we know my opponent's entire deck list. We've got to win this game or the next 2 games after that. Alright, Icebox not great, but Wave is good. We've got Panther Zola. So I think I'm just going to wave out a... Not sure yet. Okay. There's a very specific reason that this is better, because if I went to Magneto here and then Arnim the Magneto, I want my second Magneto to reveal in Atlantis. Whereas if I had played Wave here, and then played Magneto here, and then played Arnim here, then my first Magneto would spawn here, my second Magneto would spawn here, dragging all of their cards into the Isle of Silence. Now, if I'm going to do that line, though, I guess I can always make up my mind next turn. Sure. Black Panther does not, I believe, have any interaction with locations that add power. So here I'm just like Black Panthering, and then I'm going to probably just Arnim Zola the Black Panther, leaving me with 5 power in Atlantis, but a lot of power in the Icebox and Isle of Silence. 19, and then 28.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, the additional power from Atlantis comes into play after the fact. They're probably pretty likely to just, like, if they have, like, access to Doombot or something like that, but their curve is not really seeming that impressive this game. A turn... I guess they could have played Doctor Doom already. That's maybe a little bit of the trick. Invisible Woman, really not doing much, but is a very interesting card at the same time. I'm going to go for Arnim Zola. I think that we lose Atlantis, obviously. But we're definitely going to win Isle of Silence. The big question is, will we win the Icebox? And I think that we can. The most tricky thing to play against in the Icebox is like Iron Lad on Mr. Sinister for a free 12 power that I don't know about. Plus maybe like Blue Marvel. But if it's that, then we win in Atlantis, actually. So it doesn't feel that bad to me. All right, they're playing 2 cards this turn. They are avoiding Atlantis. It looks like they don't have Doctor Doom. 16 power Panthers, and they do have the Doctor Doom over in Atlantis, so they will win that location, but we win the Isle of Silence. Blue Marvel isn't going to change that. Their last card is Wasp. That's also not going to change that. And that's a win. Okay, this is a pretty long one already. I will probably mostly do single battle conquest content, even though conquests are multiple battles. I just think the content is more digestible in 26-minute forms, and doesn't really matter if I win one game and lose the next one. It's just about the individual battle. That's the story that we're trying to tell. So I will complete this conquest in tomorrow's video. But for today, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.